child. You are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
I knew it. This isn't good.
Put your back into it!
Let it rain.
No slacking!
Look at me. Just...
Disappear!
exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Looks like this went too far. This isn't good. This is it.
The more... Look at me.
Not breaking a sweat!
No one escapes my sight.
No slacking! My duty!
Citizens, shine.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace!
Mind eat! Feels clogged!
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to... The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here,
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had all... At first, it was only the size of a small room. But it is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a bit. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please...
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it... But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new...
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equal. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our But I dared not speak. I could only gaze.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces... Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the...
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we...
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the...
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern ride.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be... Oh.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on... Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortal. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of...
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not...
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the conqueror of demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom? Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor. Long sword in hand, and the world at his feet.
Add Astra. Add Astra.
What should I try this time? What are you staring
at? A reward on the road.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid...
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli is...
Doesn't the Northland Bank... Last time we saw Zhongli, do you think he doesn't know about the... We had better go and make...
I'll keep this close. You call this cooperation between harbingers?
Don't take it to heart, child. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of... Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather...
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, so it might be best to keep things peaceful this time.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other
Paimon knew that we should...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but Besides, I thought we were getting... Nothing personal. We just have... The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to... You remember the agreement, Morax. Now...
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing?
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that as you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself...
Oh, Zhongli...
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, so I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to... That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the...
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Credit is also due to Senora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old... All of these things turned out as I had planned. There was only... I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used...
Huh? That doesn't sound good.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city... If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Be that as it may. You've come out of this as the hero of
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such
fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade...
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly... My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journey.
Paimon can't absorb so much information. So, Zhongli, what sort of contract did you sign with the Cryo-Archon?
One of the clauses of our contract was not to...
You're so
Vai dar problema pra nós e depois nós tem que resolver esses problemas aí, né? E aí a porra do ar-contigel não vai estar lá pra ajudar a gente.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that...
Yes.
Say.
Now that you... I mean it all. Still, what's so...
Ah, forget it.
Oh, well... So Oh, come on. There's only one real Fatui. Shh. Lower your...
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light rumors and hearsay abound on the street, having been thwarted in his trial. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying...
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returned...
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our...
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, name your price. You deserve...
Whoa!
Well, Could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made.
Why, you... Were you just trying to look cool earlier, or are you really that selfless? If you were looking for someone, you...
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite. There's much that remains to be done.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, and here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3... Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should...
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli.
You're right. I do lack the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create... When I was journeying with you...
Oh, no wonder! But since you weren't used to...
Well, we were only spending Fatui in the City of Commerce. The Archon Morax could never experience... I will treasure the memories that I made as Jean. That is true. But there is no journey...
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, this is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions...
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, well, knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is 7 ideals for 7 gods. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? Well then, I suppose...